Devlog lesson of the week: how one tiny bug was able to stop an entire herd. I spent that whole hour trying to wonder why my zebras would no longer run, but in fact seemed to have invited the opportunity to be eaten. After some time debugging and troubleshooting, I was able to pinpoint the issue. It was in the Trojan class of the prey. I have one parent class, which is the leader, and then also I have Trojan of this parent class, the followers. The leaders are responsible for spawning the herd, and they hold most of the mechanics within their blueprint. However, followers also have the ability to listen for predators and potential danger. So within followers, I have a function called raise alert. And this function is supposed to be punted back to the leader, their parent class, to determine should the herd listen or should they flee. If you go back to the leader class, you can see there's a Boolean check to see if your player will be in the flee zone, which means in the wild, if you're close enough, regardless of what may have been heard or seen, animals may flee. And this is the flee zone in the game. It's a critical zone within the stealth game loop where once you're in the zone, there's no room for error. Once the player crosses it, there is a collision check to determine if it's the player crossing, and it sets the in flee zone to true or false based on collide and in collision. So to display this bug, I'm going to do a print string that will show which blueprint is actually calling this function, because even though it shows that it's in the base leader blueprint, I was still getting a lot of bugs coming back showing that my followers were doing a check. So let's name this print string debug, excuse the spaghetti nodes. And once you run this test, if you look at the top left, you can actually see the followers are actually calling raise alert, and that shouldn't be the case. It should actually be the leader calling it, because the leader is storing all of the information if the player is crossing the flee zone or not. And then I remember a prior bug I had that was similar to this. Just because the parent class is the only one that has the event or the function in it, it doesn't mean the followers won't also try to call their own. So what I did was I had to return back to the follower blueprint and attach leader to the actual function call to ensure every time this function is called, it's actually the leader who will be doing the calculations and not the followers. And once connected, there you go. Zebras are now running. Balance has been restored.